Hey everybody, welcome to season 2 of the No Set Path podcast. I'm your host, Drew English. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for being here. Welcome, and hope you enjoy the ride. This is something new and totally different for me. This is the first solo episode of the show. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and we're just going to give it our best shot, see how it goes. So where have we been? We've been on hiatus for about 6 months. That's a lot longer than I wanted to be gone. But life and work happens. I have a 2-year-old daughter. We are raising her totally on our own. She requires a lot of time and attention, and she's also my biggest priority. So there's that. And on the work side, I've been doubling down on refocusing my production company to be more of a creative studio, doing a lot of client outreach, a lot of networking, a lot of building systems on the back end. And that also has just eaten up a lot of time. Lastly, if you hadn't guessed, podcasts are actually a lot of work. We did 23 episodes for season 1. It was a great run. We had a lot of great guests. But, I needed some time away to just kind of like recoup and build up the coffers, so to speak. So there's that. It was kind of a perfect storm of a few different things that equaled a longer break than I had envisioned. There's also kind of an esoteric side of this. What's the vision of the show? When I started, honestly, I didn't really have one. I just wanted to have conversations with people I wanted to talk to. And I did that. Lots of filmmakers, some other creative professionals, and all that's well and good. I'm going to continue doing interviews. I have a bunch banked, and we're going to continue doing more. With any creative project, things evolve. And I found I wanted to share my own thoughts and experiences on things. Creativity, mindset, mental health, entrepreneurship. I always view myself sort of as a proxy in the sense that if I'm feeling a certain way or have thoughts on a subject, I'm assuming there's other people out there listening that are feeling similarly. So if I can help those people out or at least call attention to some things, then it's worth it. As a kind of weird side note, I've been thinking about changing the name of the show. I'm not sure yet. We're going to let No Set Path ride for now. But in complete and utter irony, there is another podcast called No Set Path that speaks to filmmakers, which is hilarious. And the funny thing is I actually legally own the copyright to the show and the name. But what am I going to do? Like send some cease and desist letter to somebody who's also just trying to make a creative project? Like that's a little silly. The show's not making any money. Like it kind of all doesn't matter at this point. I just find it funny. So for now, we'll stick with No Set Path, but be prepared for a name change. I'm working on some ideas now. Okay, so let's dig into the main topic of today, which is value in vulnerability. Listen, most folks who live outside of the quote unquote normal 9 to 5 have more than a few moments of self-doubt. I certainly do. I doubt myself all the time. Even people you follow in the far reaches of the internet who you may view as successful, they doubt themselves all the time as well. It's just a natural human thing, but it's something that I have struggled to come to terms with. And I think the emotional roller coaster that we all put ourselves on is very, very real, but also very, very shared. So this past year, or rather at the end of last year, we're talking 2023, I joined a mastermind group. It's kind of a mastermind / coaching group with other solo business owners. There's only a couple of video people in there. Everybody else is from a more diverse background. There's some web developers and people who build sales funnel, and it's all really interesting. I love the group. It's a breath of fresh air. I get a lot out of it. I get a lot out of our group calls. And it's really helped shift a lot of perspective for me. A lot of the focus as of late has been on value as a concept, right? So what value are we bringing to our clients or our customers? What value is inherent in outsourcing workload and delegating tasks to other people so that you can remain focused on bigger picture things? It's been very interesting. And I found that I would start leaving these group calls feeling worse about myself than when I joined. People would jump on the calls and share how they've locked in retainer clients and how they're making like tons of money a month. And I'm happy for these people. I've gotten to know them on a more personal level just over the last several months of interacting with them. But I still kind of hung my head in shame almost. Like I still felt that I wasn't doing enough. People around me were winning. My industry, film and video, it's been in really bad shape for 2 years. Companies have been retracting budgets, building in-house video teams. I've been freelance my whole career, so my pool of work has shriveled and shrank and dried up. And this is not an uncommon tale. So many people I know in different circles are experiencing the same thing. So I got frustrated, plain and simple. Like, I was just frustrated by watching all these people win and me just continuing to have like this Sisyphusian uphill battle where I'm pushing a boulder and it just keeps rolling back down. So all that frustration culminated in me making a very well-worded post in our online community. I actually entitled it "Screaming into the Void." Basically, it was just me airing my dirty laundry. Hey, I'm so glad all of you are winning and I'm very happy for you, but I'm over here just pulling my hair out and not making any headway. It was really weird for me to do. I felt uncomfortable about it, but also I knew if I didn't put that out into the world, then I would just continue to like fester and feel bad about myself. So it was a step, right? It was taking a leap and just putting something out into the world. What followed really, really surprised me. I got a lot of outpouring of support from the folks in my community, but there was also a lot of sharing of similar experiences. And a lot of the people in the group that I really admire in terms of thinking they have their business buttoned up like a tight ship and just making tons of money, they were sharing lots of things very similarly and things that they haven't brought to the group about frustrations in their business and how they're really teetering on the edge of not being profitable. And it really kind of opened up some sort of door for people. A lot of folks got something out of the exchange in our community, and it came up on a call too, where people were able to air some of their grievances, not about the group, but just about, business in general. Like, business sucks sometimes. Sure, there's a lot of upside, but when you're not only working for yourself, but trying to build a business or a company and make it how you sustain yourself, it sucks. Like, let's not beat around the bush. So all this is to say, me airing my frustrations resulted in some value coming to the group and people feeling like they could open up. Even this guy, Rich, who runs the group, he said, such incredible value came from you being vulnerable. I really appreciate you. And that meant a lot. It was me putting something of myself out there without really a safety net in a place where I could be judged. And instead of being judged, I got a lot of support and it opened up a greater conversation. So what's the point? This is not a pat on the back. What it shows is that there's value in being vulnerable, value in vulnerability. It's the title of the episode, right? That value exists in a lot of different ways. It can be value in time, value in money, but also value in emotion and mindset. Sometimes you have to follow your gut and put yourself out there. Everything is a risk, no matter how much you calculate it. After I did this, I took a step back. And while I was making notes for this episode, I really had to think about it. And it's funny too, I scripted out the whole thing and I literally had like a 2-page script, maybe 3-page script. And I read through it and it just felt like it felt scripty. So now I'm just riffing off of like a bullet point list of notes here that I'm staring at. But anyway, everything is a risk, no matter how calculated. When I thought about this, I've been playing defense basically my whole career. And if I take it a step further, a lot of my decision-making as a professional has been fear-based. And honestly, I've gotten to a point where I'm exhausted from living in fear. Not fear of losing my house or being out on the streets, not that, but it's just fear of being uncomfortable. Fear of, well, what if this doesn't work out? Fear of, hey, I really need this job. I really need this paycheck. I'm going to do everything I can to get it. And the more you act out of fear, the less forward momentum you gain and the less positivity you have. It's really funny how that works. But every time I've made decisions out of fear, I never get the full benefit of what could be. And when I let go and take that leap, more positivity comes my way. I mean, even now, I'm putting myself out there. Will these solo episodes resonate? I have no idea. Is it worth the time I'm putting into it? Time is at such a premium for me. Like, I really hope it's worth it. But I think it's valuable. I think it's valuable to bring some of my own perspective to an audience that's willing to listen. And even if 1 or 2 people get something out of this, then it's worth it to me. Value and vulnerability. It's the title of the episode. I don't know what else to say. So with all that being said, thank you so much for joining me for this first solo episode of the No Set Path podcast. If you like what you hear or you got something out of this, please give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get the show. If you're watching this on YouTube, a thumbs up or subscribe always helps us out. And we'll be doing more of these. We're going to have more guests in on the show. I'm going to be doing more of these solo episodes. I have lots of things I want to talk about. I have an Apple Note a mile long on my phone, all that good stuff. So until next time, take it easy.